a lot of the recommendations on using the product is use frequently. Well, I thought that wasn't good enough. I said use strategically, use purposefully, and use responsibly. How do you do that with a hand sanitizer and soap? And I thought long and hard for many, many weeks, what is it that I can do to contribute? And I looked around, I saw no examples of other people trying to consolidate it into simple, easy to understand language. And I said, I also need commitment. So I said, let's pledge and let's show some rules. Now, these rules can be changed and moved, but at the end of the day, I cannot find a better set of rules to say, I'm going to go through this public space and I'm going to avoid things. If I touch something, my hand is going to be clean, and after I touch some things, I'm going to clean my hands again. And remember, you're going to touch your face a lot, so be vigilant. Make sure your hand is clean after you touch something that you know is hot. People have touched, 100 people have touched it. It's time to clean the hand. Okay, so those 3 rules should reduce germs. Now, the key is that everybody does it, because if few people don't do it, well, the germs are out there. We all have to try our very best to reduce the number of germs. And of course, utopia is one day maybe we don't touch many things. But right now, I went to a convenience store, I touched everything. I love coffee. I said, well, I gotta touch and pour, I gotta grab the cap, I gotta open the door. So I'm thinking, I gotta make sure when I go in and out of this place, my hands are clean. If you don't, you are at risk, you're risking. Now, we are just trying to reduce risk, that's it. If we all reduce our risk, we'll be safer as a community. And if you reduce risk, the only way to reduce risk is to reduce the germ count in public spaces. So that's kind of where I started, and I honestly don't understand 8 weeks later, I'm here, but I'm the only one that's saying it right now. I hope other people follow me and say the same thing. And we all come to an agreement that less germs in public is going to be the future. The past was open the jar, smell it, move around, touch everything. Today, we know we're distancing, we're wearing masks, and we are touching less. And if we're touching, let's have our hands clean. And I think we'll have less illness, less colds, less flus, and less of those things that really hurt us and kill us.
You talked about, so you kicked it off today, basically here at this news conference. You're going to kind of go through, through the state of Georgia, and you'd like to see this become nationwide.
We are going to do Georgia because we can't come in too early, and we don't want to be too late. We want to be just when the market opens, and people are making that decision. Okay, should I go out? Should I not go out? Everyone has their own valid reason for going out or not going out. My wife, she has an elderly mother, and I have a father. We got to be more careful. We shouldn't necessarily go out maybe as another person that doesn't have that responsibility. And other people that are compromised, they need to be more careful. But when you make that decision, I think it's important that we be conscious of respecting others. Have a purpose of why you're touching things, and think about it. I am spreading disease, not only my germs, but I'm spreading other people's germs. Realize, if you touch a fruit, other people have touched that fruit. You don't know if they were sick or not, but once you touch that fruit and you touch the next one, that has been transferred. That germ from that fruit has been transferred to the other fruit. So it's not like you're spreading your germs, you're also spreading other people's germs, and it's all common sense. But the more people learn, say, oh, that makes sense. I think the more they will realize how important it is to clean before and after touching.
How do you think, obviously people are pretty set in their ways, but do you think the experience a lot of people have kind of changing their behavior a little bit will be the impetus, and maybe people will be more receptive to taking this place?
Here's what I see. I see companies having to figure out, how do I navigate, how do I serve my customer in a very intimate way, with distancing, with clean hands. They have to smell it, they have to see it, they have to give them examples. So we're literally training our own staffs. So one of the things that I wanted to announce today was Friends of the Pledge. So we have a few companies here that are going to claim they are Friends of the Pledge. That means they're supporting their staff. Their staff needs to learn these basic rules they can teach our rules, they can teach any rules. The rules of touching and cleaning, which are common sense, but a pledge to keep those as much as you can when you're serving the guests. I mean, so there's some people here that have committed to that. My vision is the more people that are serving others realize this is important, they're consumers too. So they'll see other people do this. They'll see other people respecting and cleaning their hands before they touch things. And I think it's something that is copied. People emulate other people, and so hopefully, we'll get the majority of Americans really thinking this way, because we can't keep touching things randomly anymore. It's really important that we respect one another.
I got a couple more questions and then I'll be done. The first of the final two questions is, you mentioned briefly about helping some nonprofits. You're going to find people, 100 companies donate hand sanitizer. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, what we're doing is trying to get a grassroots effort. And I thought to myself, I want to give back, right? I want to give back. But why should I pick the organization? I'm not in the trenches. So I'm asking some average everyday people, as well as some people that might have some influence, but I'm asking trainers, stylists, I'm asking salons, I'm asking people that are involved in service, just randomly, some I know, some other people know. Pick your charity and we'll ship them 100 bottles of hand sanitizer for their benefit. And so we're trying to make it grassroots. We're trying not to be a corporate, hey, I'm going to give to this organization. No, I see some of these decisions some of these people are going to make. They're going to be very important people that need the product. They really need it. They don't have a mechanism to get the product. They haven't gotten it budgeted. And that's one of the really ironies right now. Most of nonprofits don't have safety masks and hand sanitizer budgeted. So they got to go out here and ask, for more funding. It's a new budget. So we thought it would be good for us not only to ask for the pledge, but to give back, to show that we can also give back. And we hope to be able to move out of Georgia into another state and basically learn how we did it here in Georgia and move to the next state and do it better and try to get a movement going. I mean, I've never done this and I don't know how to do it. But I'll tell you what, something has gotten into me. And I'm going to try my very best to get it done and to get other people to rally behind this idea. I'm not important. It's really the man, woman, and child out there that wants to help others. That's how we're going to get this thing done, the grassroots.
And the final question is, we're standing here in front of Grayson Stadium, where in about a month or so they're going to resume their season coming up in July. Sports leagues are talking about getting back up with no fans. But eventually fans are going to return to the stadiums. What's the best way to keep them safe?
Well, I tell you, that is a unknown answer. There's no answer to that right now. The best minds in America are trying to figure that out. The best people that have people moving through spaces that touch. I think common sense rules like this about touch are more simple to apply. Distancing is a lot more difficult. Mask and distancing, that's going to be a puzzle. And I really feel for the athletic directors, the managers of stadiums. How is it that they're going to figure this out? How is it that we're going to be able, because it's so important for sports to continue, for our own way of life. So I'm sure there's going to be ways to do it. Maybe there's going to be less people in the stadiums. Maybe there'll be more, TV coverage. But there's going to be a solution, and I believe, with God's help, we'll figure out a way. And I will be as much as I could help, because I'm just a common person that is trying to put some things together that make people think about how to move and navigate through public spaces with less germs. So it's very simple stuff, but at the end of the day, it's got to be simple for us to execute.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Larry, I'm going to get a photograph of you with your full mask on, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
I am.
Hey, thanks for your time.
No problem.
I'm going to see my friend up there in Statesboro now.
Darren?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Darren's great.
He's a good guy. So I got a lot of friends I'm going to see on the way up. Hopefully they'll.
I'm sure you'll get Darren on board because he's already, with the clubhouse up there, he's already taking temperatures and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And he's also on the sports